Hi, here I am. Can you see me? How about now? I think this is better. Yes, the Mavic 4 Pro is a technological monster, but let's stay objective. Is it really worth the price, weight and size? And do we need 3 cameras in one drone? "50 minutes of flight time on a single battery sounds unbelievable. That's why I decided to buy the basic Mavic 4 Pro version with just one battery. I thought 50 minutes would be enough, but that was a mistake. For filming in a single location, yes, one battery is enough. But if you want to shoot 2 or more, time becomes critically short. In real conditions, the drone flies around 30 to 40 minutes. Because of the limited battery, I made a second mistake. I flew out to film the sunset and suddenly a ferry appeared in the frame. The shot looked amazing. I got so into filming that I didn't notice I had flown 3 kilometers out over the sea. When I checked the battery, it was down to 11%. My heart started to race. I got lucky. I made it back with 1% left. I shot a viral video with the Mavic 4 Pro that got 44 million views on Instagram. It was filmed at a unique place just an hour outside Bangkok. The drone even got caught in the rain and still works perfectly. The main feature of the new drone is the camera, more precisely the 3 cameras. But also the gimbal can now rotate on its own axis up to 400 degrees. At first glance, it looks very cool, but once you start using the right scroll wheel, doing such rotations during flight and filming isn't very convenient. For cinematic scenes, you really need to have a plan ahead, where the spin makes sense and where it's better to skip it. Here's what one of my followers said, who does commercial shots with the Mavic 4 Pro.
If at that perfect moment you're trying to capture something, the camera happens to be in the wrong phase of rotation, the shot is gone. And you know what? I love it. Because mastering how to shoot just right with the Mavic 4 isn't something everyone can do instantly. And on top of that, planning those rotations and later stitching them together for smooth transitions between different locations is a real challenge.
For me, this feature is more like marketing. I was doing such camera spins about 3 years ago with the Mavic 3 in editing. And it's much easier and more convenient to do it in the post. Another problem, camera rotation only works when the gimbal is in horizontal position. If you slightly tilt the camera up or down, the rotation angle becomes too small and practically unusable. In vertical mode, the tilt axis gets blocked, and the camera can only tilt up to 15 degrees. That's not enough. In the Mavic series, I've been waiting for true vertical shooting for a long time, where the camera physically rotates. It's really cool, but it turned out not everything is as great as expected. It's extremely inconvenient. You start filming, realize you need to tilt the camera down, but you cannot. That's when I get frustrated. Thankfully, there's still vertical mode using crop. For Instagram, I used that option. I was invited to film a unique Bangkok landmark, the Labua Hotel, which is ranked among the world's top 100 hotels. It also houses the legendary Sky Bar Bangkok, made famous by the movie Hangover. All the camera spins on its axis I did it in post-production. It made the process much easier. The main wide-angle camera is 28mm. The quality is stunning. Most impressive is the dynamic range. It preserves detail in both highlights and shadows. You really see this when filming sunsets. The Mavic 4 Pro delivers up to 16 stops of dynamic range. That's cinema-grade level. Josh Year from the Make Art Now channel did extensive tests and concluded. For the best quality and dynamic range, D-Log M with Auto ISO delivers around 17.7 stops. Interestingly, the more professional D-Log profile actually performed worse, according to Josh. All the footage in this video was shot in D-Log M and color graded using my LUTs. Link in the description. During my first shoot with the Mavic 4 Pro, I felt a bit of a discomfort. I realized I was missing the field of view. That's because the Mavic 4 Pro has a narrower angle of view, 72 degrees or 28mm, while the Mini 4 Pro and Air 3S have 82 degrees or 24mm. That's a noticeable difference. The second telecamera is 2.5x, 70mm. It's something in between wide angle and super telephoto. Great for filming people, architecture, or vehicles with proper perspective and no distortion. It looks especially impressive when there are objects both near and far in the frame. While moving, it creates beautiful parallax and depth. With this camera, background elements appear much closer. The third super telecamera is 6x, 168mm. Just look at the difference in the size of the sun. Here's the 1x camera, the 2.5x, and now 6. Look how huge the sun looks. It's a dream shot. The parallax effect here is even more dramatic. We also get a unique compressed space effect, where the background looks closer to the subject. With a drone like this, I'd love to go to Namibia and film wild animals from a safe distance. For example, I managed to capture an eagle using the 6x camera. The drone was far away from the bird and didn't scare it with the motor noise. It even auto-detected the bird and locked focus on it. The perfect device for bird watching. Every time I edit drone shots, like these ones filmed with my Mavic 4 Pro, I follow one rule. First, pick the music, then build the edit. Music sets the rhythm, the emotion, the whole vibe. That's why I always use Epidemic Sound. It's my go-to platform. Since drones don't record sound, I add sound effects to bring the video to life. Epidemic has around 200,000 sound effects. To build tension, I use risers. For drone speedups, whooshes. To add atmosphere, ambient sound. They make the video feel alive, like you're actually there. All music and effects are restriction-free, no copyright issues. I can publish anywhere in the world with no worries. If a song doesn't fit the clip's length, I use Epidemic's Track Adjust tool to stretch and shorten it perfectly. Use the link in the description to sign up. You'll get 30 days free. And I've added a promo code for 2 extra months with a 50% discount. It's limited time, so don't miss it. This is Igor, my friend who also lives on the paradise island of Samui. His favorite drone is the DJI Mini 4 Pro. He films professionally for stock footage. We want to do a drone battle. Mavic 4 Pro versus Mini 4 Pro. Can a drone with one camera beat a drone with 3? But the Mavic 4 Pro is much heavier and larger, while the Mini 4 Pro is small and can fly very close to obstacles, like through palm trees. Let us know in the comments which drone did better. The biggest improvement in the new drone is low light shooting. It now features dual native ISO fusion. You can crank up the ISO up to 6400 and the image still retains lots of detail and it doesn't fall apart into noise. So night shooting on the Mavic 4 Pro is something truly amazing. With the Mavic 4 Pro, many things were changed. They redesigned the propellers, and honestly, I don't know how, but this heavier drone became surprisingly quiet. When I was reviewing the Mavic 3 Pro, I complained a lot about the noise. The drone was really loud. You'll notice several wide-angle cameras sticking out from the drone's body. There are 6 of them. These are the obstacle sensors. They let the drone see in all directions. Also, the new drone has LiDAR. It lets you see obstacles at night, but it only works when flying forward. DJI's drone features have evolved far beyond the basics, and most people don't even know all of them. My followers are always surprised when I show them this feature. You can display the sensor views in the corner of the screen and see obstacles even when flying sideways or backwards. This makes flying much safer and faster. For me, it's like rear view mirrors in the car. Now I cannot fly without them. Let me know in the comments, do you use this feature? I also love how far the new gimbal lets you tilt the camera upward. It opens up new creative opportunities. When I saw YouTube reviews, I was totally impressed with the new controller. I regretted getting the basic version with the regular remote. But after holding it in real life, I realized there's no point in paying more. The new controller is big and expensive. That cancels out its advantages. Yes, I love how the sticks fold in and that the screen can rotate. But this controller costs $1,300. For that money, you can get a DJI Air 3S or a new iPhone. A strange ship appeared in the sea and nobody on shore could tell what it was. In moments like this, it's great to have a drone. You can take a closer look at what's unreachable. In conclusion, for travel, the Mavic 4 Pro doesn't suit me. It's just too big and heavy. The full Creator combo weighs around 3 kilograms. It's easier to take the Air 3S or Mini 4 Pro instead. But the more I fly with it, the more I think maybe I should keep it. The night shooting and ability to capture sunset at 168mm are very tempting. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.